Hello, everybody, and welcome and a good morning here from the world-famous pit in Albuquerque, New Mexico. My name is Tyler Ortega, joined bright and early by Michael Montaño. And, Michael, we've got a good one on hand here coming up in just a few minutes. It is the 2A boys state semifinals between number 1 Texico and number 4 Pecos. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the Pecos Panthers.
We're going to expect, that Northern New Mexico ball they play is just run and gun, outrun teams out of the gym. But as with Texico, being in that district for 3 years, they picked up on that. So we're going to see the same kind of style from them as well.
This one should be a ton of fun. This is the first meeting this season between these two schools. Texico had a big win over Jal in the quarterfinals to get here. Meanwhile, Pecos pushed past Mora, a rival that they're very familiar with.
Yeah, they're very familiar with. This has been a rival school since, the late 80s. So these two, towns know each other very well. The teams know each other very well. So it was a very competitive game.
Now, Texico, when you think of them, you typically think a lot of size, slow it down, get the ball in the paint. But as you mentioned, they've adopted this run-and-gun style. We could be in for a lot of points here this morning.
Yeah, we could be in a lot of points. But I think for this kind of game, it's more of the defense. Because if you let it be an offensive clinic, it might just be nonstop, and you just need those defensive stops, especially with a team like Texico.
This one going to be a ton of fun, ladies and gentlemen. The winner punches their ticket into the state championship tomorrow morning right here at the pit. We'll step aside. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
We celebrate the athletes, the wins. Now it's time to celebrate the people behind it all, the advice givers, the community shapers. Join us at BSN Sports and share your coach's story with #ThankYouCoach.
Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo is pleased to sponsor and support NMAA, its activities and the youth of New Mexico. Today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Visit us at Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo or CorleyNewMexico.com.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
At the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, being a journeyman electrician is more than just a job. It's about being a part of something greater than yourself. And the best way to take care of your family is by joining ours. IBEW 611 members earn great wages, benefits, and pensions. So if you're an electrician, ask yourself, am I being paid my worth? Is my family fully covered at no cost to me? Can I retire? Call us or visit our website to empower yourself and join the union now.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
At Jiffy Lube, we car about cars. In fact, we're kind of obsessed. It's why we've been taking car business with quick quality service for over 40 years.
Are you saying car?
That's right, Claire. And with things like our Carful Vehicle Review, where our experts check, fill, inspect, and clean your vehicle, you'll know we'll car for your car like we car for our own. Some people think it's just an oil change. Who cars? We do. We car.
You mean care?
Exactly. Jiffy Lube. Car more.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
If your family has an athlete, or has a whole team, being prepared is the key to performance. And Beef performs every time. Fueling practice? Check. Game time snacks? Double check. Celebration meal? Triple check. Because win or lose, it's really about how you feed the game, right? Together, we bring more. Go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com for more recipes that will help your family perform.
Families are grieving after losing their daughters to an accidental fentanyl poisoning. Law enforcement officials confirmed that the high school student
Pizza.
was preparing for an exam and purchased what they thought was legally acquired Adderall. The pills were laced with deadly amounts of fentanyl.
That's terrible.
Local authorities explained.
I heard about it at school.
I have to.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
With the increase in sales of fake pills on social media platforms, the fentanyl epidemic continues to grow, especially amongst.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the pit on the NFHS Network. We'll pause for a moment as we honor America with a playing of our national anthem.
Please rise.
And so Texico and Pecos on the court. Tyler Ortega here alongside Michael Montaño for this 2A boys state semifinal. And jumping, it's Texico in white. You've got the 6'1 junior, Maverick Hawkins. Pecos in black. I believe that's Kevin V. Hill that's jumping against him. And so we are underway from Albuquerque at the pit, and Texico starts off quick, Michael, 3 seconds in, and they've already got an easy layup off the tip.
Yeah, that's just a quick possession right there from Texico. In and out quickly, right off the jump, no hesitation.
So immediately it's Bustos. Pecos pulls it out, looking to set up some offense here. Bustos lets it fly. That one comes up just a little bit short. Now, this is an early game here for these kids, Michael, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they got off to a little bit of a slow start here to get things started with an 8 a.m. tip-off.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of game does give you a slow start, but if you get fired right away, it's not too early for you.
And that was North with the basket there. Texico on top, 4-0 here over Pecos. As the Panthers searching for their first basket. Encinas rotates it. Here's V. Hill. Encinas lets it fly, the lefty, and he's good from beyond the arc.
That's a tough shot right there, especially from the collegiate line right there.
And that one could be a big confidence booster there for the junior guard, Brandon Encinas.
That's a big boost right there.
Getting inside, no problem there for Jet Curtis.
Yeah, that's the one thing Texico has, though. They have the size advantage to Pecos.
Tons of size on this Texico roster. You know, we were talking about it before tip-off here, Michael, and just going down some of the roster, it's 6 foot, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'4", 6'1", 6'1", 6'5", 6 foot, 6'2", 6'1". That's incredible.
That's a lengthy team right there, and when you're playing against this kind of team, you got to adjust yourself, especially to a game plan that you're not used to.
Well, you mentioned the length, right? And that plays a factor in a couple of different aspects, right? Especially on the offensive end when they're getting the ball close to the basket, but also on the defensive end in terms of altering shots and getting in the passing lanes. That's where you could really see that length really begin to play a factor.
Yeah, it plays a big factor, but not only does Texico have the length, they have the speed. So that's beneficial for them on the defense very well.
Encinas Showing some offense here, kicks out. Little step back from Quintana. Back to Encinas. Three-pointer up, and Pecos living and dying from the three-point line early.
They are, but one thing about Pecos is that they can catch fire from the three, they're not going to stop.
Curtis tried for the answer. It's boarded by North. Trying to body up Vigil inside. Baseline and turnover momentarily. Wide open there was Mendoza. Little pump fake. He probably should have let it fly on the first one.
Yeah, he should have shot that one right away. He hesitated too much and thought about it too much.
So an inbounds coming here for the Wolverines. That's Fuentes, the 5'10 senior guard.
And with Fuentes, he doesn't play like he's 5'10.
Pecos looking to get down in transition. Tough shot, great defense.
Yeah, it was great defense right there.
And whistled for a travel there is Alex Fuentes, and so Pecos coming up with the inbounds. So this one tight early as we expected.
I mean, for 3 years, these schools were district rivals, so they know each other pretty well.
You know, and you know it as well as I do, Michael, playing down in that small school circuit of basketball, you pretty much play everybody at some point during your high school career.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to play not only teams from your area, you got to travel to, get familiar with a lot of these teams.
Kicks it out, three-pointers up. Off the back of the iron there from Mendoza. Offensive rebound, followed up again, and that time North able to follow that one up, and Texico ties things up here.
Yeah, if you're Pecos, you have to, box out Texico because they just got the size advantage on the inside. You can't let them get all these offensive rebounds.
Here's Encinas. Quintana now, the senior, playing in the pit as a senior. What a special occasion. Encinas gets into a little bit of trouble there. You can tell just early on here, Michael, Encinas, he's had the ball in his hands a lot, sort of as the creator, as that three is up, and it's short from Kevin Vigil. North, nobody stopping ball, looking to find the corner man. It was Maverick Hawkins hanging out there. Great deflection.
Yeah, that was a great deflection right there. But if you're Pecos, you got to get back because Texico, then being, also football players, they can launch in. There's already somebody down there.
Jaheim Moses in for the first time.
Yeah, this is a speedy guard right here. You got to watch him off that one-step dribble.
6-foot sophomore gets to the rim. Off the glass, no problem.
Yeah, that's no problem, especially once you already have that lane separation. You got that layup all day.
Here's Quintana. Encinas rotates it. Holton. You can tell Quintana, he's looking for just a little bit of space.
Yeah, he's just looking for that little separation, get off that shot. But Texico, they're playing in your face, so you got to really create that space.
Inside here, it's Bustos. And somehow able to get a shot off there is Quintana. And it's ruled off of Pecos. So possession to the Wolverines.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice take by Quintana. Physical with it, not afraid of that contact.
Mentioned Texico, big win over Jal en route to the semifinals, 61-37, as Jet Curtis splashes one from downtown there. Pecos, they didn't just squeak by Mora, they put it on him, Michael, 51-33.
Yeah, and that game was a lot closer than the score actually shows. Mora got within, 8 points of them, and then Pecos, just started to play their game and outran them.
And Texico, they've pretty much been beating teams up all season long. They've got just 2 losses coming into this state semifinal. One of them to Portales, obviously a higher class school there in the area, and then one to Logan, a lower class school also in the area. Just goes to show the quality of basketball out there on the Eastern Plains.
Yeah, the Eastern Plains competition, you know, I think that's a good area of competition because all those schools, they just battle with each other.
Encinas draws the foul, and he's going to be headed to the line for 2.
That's a strong take by Encinas. He saw the lane after everybody shifted, and he said, I'll go up strong right there.
So the lefty, Brandon Encinas. First free throws here of the morning. They come with 1:56 left here in the first quarter. You know, one of my favorite things, Michael, about the state basketball tournament is the student sections that show up from these small schools.
Yeah, they got to make those long drives, but, you know, that's dedication right there.
It's dedication, and it's also, you know, one of those core memories from high school, being here at the pit at 7 o'clock in the morning, standing outside in line, waiting to get in to see your school play. You know, and unfortunately, some weather impacting the northern New Mexico area, and so not as many Pecos fans here as you would probably expect, but we know they're tuned in, and so welcome to everybody that is tuned in here on the NFHS Network. Tyler Ortega alongside Michael Montaño as Texico have opened up a 6-point lead over Pecos here late in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's the thing about Texico. They get the ball down the court so quickly.
Inside, that was Bennett Whalen. He's seen his first action here this morning. Whalen, second tallest listed player for Texico at 6'4", the junior. Moses gets in, levitates, can't finish. Fuentes on the follow-up. And now things starting to go Texico's way, and so we're going to see a timeout here from Pecos. We'll go ahead and take the timeout as well. We'll be right back here on the NFHS Network.
With the increase in sales of fake pills on social media platforms, the fentanyl epidemic continues to grow, especially amongst high school students. It's now the leading cause of overdose.
You know I'm here for you. If you need any help.
Mom, I think I need help.
Keep NM alive. It starts with a conversation.
Back here on the NFHS Network, it's Texico on top of Pecos, 17-9 here late in the first quarter. Tyler Ortega alongside Michael Montaño for this 2A boys state semifinal. The winner punches their ticket to the state championship. We'll have that game for you right here tomorrow. Same time, same place, 8 a.m. tip-off here at the pit on the NFHS Network. Quintana, nice little pump fake, lets it fly, and that one's cash.
Yeah, that's a big bucket right there by Quintana. Pecos really needed that one, especially on the run Texico was going on.
Big bucket and perhaps an even better timed timeout from head coach Arthur Gonzalez of Pecos. And now the Panthers able to force a turnover. Encinas, wild layup. You could tell he was looking to draw a foul there and just got a little bit out of control.
Yeah, he got a little out of control with that. I mean, he was expecting that foul, but, you know, go up strong. You're going to get that contact at the basket.
Just over 10 seconds here in quarter number one. Encinas. 4 seconds. Whalen. That one comes up short, so 8 minutes in the books here at the pit. It's Texico leading Pecos by a score of 17-12. We'll go ahead and step aside. We'll have quarter number 2 coming up.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. Try the Double Sonic Smasher now at a half price drink in the app.
A good look at the crowd here this morning, early at the pit. Those are some of the Texico Wolverine faithful that made the long drive out from the Eastern Plains. That's quite a ways. That's got to be about 4 hours, 3.5 hours from Texico?
Yeah, it's a pretty long drive. So, I mean, that's dedication from the fans, the parents, to make it all the way to Albuquerque for an 8 a.m. game.
Texico looking to open up quarter number 2 with a 3. That one off the mark. Big offensive rebound here for the Wolverines. Looking inside for Fuentes. Now you're starting to see Pecos get a little bit more active defensively. Is unable to cash in there was Jet Curtis. Moses open at the back door, can't finish. That was a great shot contest there on the backside. I believe that was Olivas seeing his first action.
Yeah, he's seeing his first action. There's a bomb right there.
And that one, money from Kevin Vigil.
So I don't know if anybody's seeing this right now. Pecos loves to shoot the 3, but they're very, successful so far with it, keeping him in this game.
Excuse me, that was Holton with the 3-pointer there as that one kicked out. Here's Waylon, and he's going to be called for steps.
Yeah, I think Pecos is starting to pick up their defense right now, especially after that timeout by Coach Art. Their enthusiasm has picked up a lot.
Another look at that replay there. That's the senior Brandon Holton letting it fly.
And he's already got 2 threes here in the first half, so if he can stay hot, Texico might be in trouble.
Pecos, they've pulled it back within 2. They're on a 6-0 scoring run following the late timeout taken there in the first quarter from their head coach, Arthur Gonzalez. Quintana looking inside. Here's Olivas. Olivas just a sophomore. From the corner, and that one off the iron from Vigil.
That's a good-looking shot from Vigil. He had the hand right in his face, but he was still confident with it.
Moses Euro-stepping. That one clanks around off the iron. And it's ruled to Texico. So now we're going to see the 5'10 junior Mason Pipkin. He's in for the Wolverines. So Moses and Waylon heading to the bench and getting on the score sheet there. It's Maverick Hawkins.
Yeah, that was just a nice inbound play right there by Texico. They executed it perfectly.
Quintana. Pecos running some offense. Holton, he had some confidence coming off that last 3-point make.
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence in his shot right now. He's not afraid to shoot it from anywhere.
Just losing control of that one there with Steen North, and that's what happens when you try to get fancy with those one-handed passes. Sometimes they just don't come off the hands right.
Yeah, you can't get too fancy with those one-handed passes because it could slip out of your hand, and that's an easy turnover.
Especially in a game like this where every possession matters.
Every possession does matter. I mean, you got to be confident with what you're doing out there. Can't get, too fancy. This isn't the NBA or college.
Holton directing traffic. There's Olivas. Great experience here for the sophomore, getting some playing time on the hardwood at the world-famous pit. It was a great idea there, looking for the cutter, Adrian Quintana, but good defensive hands. Nice backdoor pass, and Fuentes unable to finish.
Yeah, that's a nice strong take by Fuentes, but that's nice defense right there by Pecos, just keeping their hands straight up in the air and not swiping at it.
Driving, it's Vigil. Big offensive rebound. Again, quick hands there from Texico, but Pecos able to clean it up. That's Vigil with the basket.
Yeah, that's a nice clean-up rebound there by Vigil. He stuck with it, and he stayed up, and he went up strong and nice and easy.
Curtis penetrates, pulls up. That one just shy, and hey, sometimes when you're Maverick Hawkins, the ball finds you.
Yeah, the ball finds you, especially he wasn't even expecting that rebound. It just fell right into his hands.
big time play from Maverick Hawkins with the deflection.
Yeah, Pecos is just, ill-advising their passes. They're just forcing them in there, and they don't need to.
And North, somehow, he was double teamed. They were fronting him, and he still gets the shot up and scores.
Yeah, Pecos needs to locate and, actually box out these guys. They can't expect the ball to fall right into their hands.
Holton. Here's Insignias. He was really the creator for these Panthers in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's the one that got it going for them. He's the one that picked up their momentum, but, he's got to get going here to actually, pick it up again.
Well, the Texico lead was 8 when Pecos called the timeout. It's back up to 6 now. Big possession, big three, and Holton off the mark.
Nice steal.
That was a great steal from Quintana, but he's unable to finish, and Olivas has that one go off his arms.
Yeah, Quintana's got to execute on that one, especially right there under the basket.
Those are the moments that you're going to look back on after this game is over when you think, what could we have done differently? And it's those little moments where you turn a 4-point swing into your favor.
And the thing with Texico, they're on this nice run now, and once they start, I don't think you can stop them.
Moses back in. Hawkins rotates it. It's Pipkin. This has been a great game of basketball. I've only seen 2 free throws so far.
Yeah, that's surprising me, especially how physical both teams are playing.
Moses and Texico content to just settle in and run some offense here. Moses creating a little mid-range J. Unable to cash in, but there's Waylon on the follow-up.
Yeah, nobody boxed him out. He was just all alone by himself under that basket.
Just over 2 minutes left here in the first half. State championship tomorrow morning. Mesa Vista and Santa Rosa will be playing at 11:30. And so here in just a few hours, you can catch that game right here on the NFHS network. The winner of that one will meet the winner of this one. You see Insignias.
He's a little too out of control. That's the only problem there. I mean, Texico wasn't there on time, but, Encinas was just too out of control. That's why he got called for that offensive foul.
Waylon rotates it out. It's Hawkins. Waylon back to Hawkins. Kisses it off the glass. And Texico now expand their lead to double digits.
Yeah, Texico's on a phenomenal run right now. Pecos has no answer for it.
And here the turnovers starting to pile up for the Panthers.
Yeah, they're looking a little exhausted right now. It looks like Texico's just wearing them out on the defensive end.
Here's Moses. And he's been creating almost single-handedly since he entered the game.
Yeah, he's been taking over. He's been creating that, offensive space that Texico's done so well with.
Holton gets it back from Bustos there. Now this is Chavez. He's seen his first action this morning. There's Vigil. Pecos looking to run some offense, just get a good look at the basket here. And it's Bustos cashing in from the corner.
Yeah, that's a big-time bucket right there for Pecos. Try to get it within single digits right before the half.
And this is a big defensive possession here for the Panthers. You said it, that was a big three. And also realizing the severity of the moment, it's head coach Craig Cook for Texico. He calls a timeout. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and hang on to it here. And so, Michael, 30 seconds. Pecos, if they can get a stop, that would be huge momentum going into the half.
Yeah, that would be huge momentum because not only that, you get within 5 before the half, or maybe even 4 if they hit a 3. So that's crucial for Pecos because then they have all that momentum going into half. They could use it for that start of the third quarter.
And what's going to be difficult here for Pecos defensively, I think, is that Texico has so many options.
Yeah,
They've got 4 or 5 different guys that they can go to here on this last possession to get a quality look at the basket. Who do you expect to take this final shot?
I mean, that's the thing about Texico. You don't know who's going to take this last shot before the half. There's just so many, options out there, especially with the height. Anybody can get that tip in easily under the basket.
17.5 seconds remaining in this first half. It's the 2A boys state semifinal. Texico on top by 7 here over Pecos. Last possession, and it's turned over. Holton with the steal. He goes to the basket, draws the foul, and that's exactly what the Panthers needed.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. Get that steal, and get a foul before the half, so you're at the line shooting 2 to trim this deficit.
There you see it was Waylon. He just telegraphed that pass.
Yeah, and then he just threw his body right into Holton, which is going to get called automatically.
And I'm not particularly, if I'm head coach Craig Cook, I don't know that I'm upset with that foul there from Waylon. Make him earn those 2 points. He's already missed the first one. I think it's a good foul.
Yeah, I think that's a good foul because, he didn't just give up on that turnover he created. He got back on defense and tried to get that block.
And so Holton goes 1 for 2, and final shot attempt of the first half off the iron. And so halfway done here at the pit. It's a 6-point lead for the Texico Wolverines. As that was an entertaining half of basketball,
It
Michael.
was a very entertaining half, especially how many threes Pecos hit in that first quarter. Second quarter, Texico really adjusted to that, as were Pecos. They haven't adjusted to that Texico defense and the size on the inside.
We'll go ahead and step aside. We'll be back for some halftime here on the NFHS Network.
There are always a few things you need to take along in order to give your best. Things like heart, comfort, and care. And with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico, you'll take heart, having a local partner as passionate in watching your community thrive as you are. You'll take comfort, assured the promise and peace of mind that comes with the Blue Cross card has been handed down through generations. But most of all, you'll take care, confident the support you trust will be forever in reach for all the journeys to come.
In sports and in life, trust is the key to success. I trust my teachers.
I trust my trainer. I trust my coach.
I trust my teammates.
Trust your doctor and get vaccinated to stay healthy and stay in the game. Don't wait, vaccinate.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. But it's not that time right now. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Being in a wreck can be scary and leave you wondering what to do.
At Whitener Law, we know what to do. First, contact the police even if you don't think you're injured.
Collect contact and insurance information from all the people involved in the accident.
Take photos and videos of the scene and any damage to the vehicles.
Get checked out by a doctor if you are feeling any pain.
Then call Whitener Law. Whitener wins or it's free. Call 242-3333.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime at the pit right here in Albuquerque, New Mexico on the NFHS Network. My name is Tyler Ortega, joined bright and early this morning by Michael Montaño. Michael, we've got 16 minutes in the books, 16 minutes left to go between number 1 Texico and number 4 Pecos. It's a 6-point lead right now for the Wolverines. Just tell us a little bit about what you saw through that first half.
I mean, the one thing that Pecos is struggling with is they're being out-rebounded too much. They're just, they're not boxing out. They're getting great offensive opportunities. They're just not converting on the inside like they should be doing.
And we've got some highlights here from this first half. Let's go ahead and take a look. This first basket there from Texico, 3 seconds in, Michael. They got off to a hot start. They've opened up some big leads. They got it up to double digits there towards the end of that first half, and they've just seemed to have settled in.
Yeah, they settled in very better now in this second quarter as to where Texico, you know, they got off running quickly. Like you said, first 3 seconds, they got a layup in. That's something you really don't see that often.
And so if you're Pecos, as we look towards this second half, what changes do you have to make in order to get back into this game?
You have to truly box out these Texico players. You have to know where they are at all times, especially the shooters when Pecos is on defense, because these guys can light it up.
They can, and Pecos, conversely, can also light it up. We saw there during that highlight package a handful of threes that they hit. If they can start hitting some threes, I think that could lift them back up into this one. We'll step aside for just a moment. We've got the second half coming your way here in just about 90 seconds on the NFHS Network.
You know, I'm a person too.
One second from half court.
Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did. It is caught.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
Back here on the NFHS Network, second half getting underway here between number 4 Pecos and number 1 Texico. On the line, a spot in tomorrow's state championship. Thanks for hanging out with us here, wherever you are, however you're joining us. Love to welcome you here to the world-famous pit. Tyler Ortega here alongside Michael Montaño as Encinas lets one fly right out of half, and that one comes up just a little short, and called for the foul there is Bustos.
Yeah, that's not a smart foul, especially 90 feet from the basket. You know, just shuffle your feet. You don't got to throw your body into him.
You know, and it's plays like that that you start seeing as the game goes on in these high-pressure situations where you just try to do a little bit extra, you end up doing too much.
Yeah, they're doing way too much right now.
Here's Fuentes. He pulls it out. Wide open three for Curtis. That one off the mark. And that was something you mentioned there, Michael, was cleaning up the glass defensively if you're Pecos. Tons of offensive rebounds, creating extra possessions for Texico.
Yeah, I mean, all their offensive, you know, second chance points, they were all inside the paint right away because they located the ball and they put it back up right away.
Here's Encinas.
Yeah, this defense right now, it's not letting Pecos, you know, generate their offense. Texico's just, you know, switching everything. They're cutting off the lanes.
You know, and something that we mentioned in that first half, the length of this Texico team and the numerous different aspects that, you know, it impacts. Wide open three there, and that one short from Holton.
Yeah, Pecos is not looking good from the three-point range right now, 0 for 3.
Texico have not lost a game against a 2A opponent this season.
Yeah, and Coach Arthur's not going to like this foul call. He's going to question that one for sure.
So we only saw less than a handful of fouls there in the entire first half, Michael. We've already seen 2 here in just over 90 seconds in this second half. Big time steal there from Holton. He gets to the basket. Unable to finish. Looking for the backside. That one's stolen by Fuentes.
Yeah, that's a nice read by Fuentes. Just kept his eye on the ball.
Curtis traveled before he let that one fly.
Yeah, he should have just planted his feet and shot right away. He shuffled his feet to get, into a comfortable position.
Here's Bustos. Picked up by Hawkins, gets inside, and Hawkins called for the foul.
Yeah, that's a strong take right there by Bustos. That's what Pecos has got to start doing, driving inside and getting these guys in foul trouble.
And Bustos there, you have to give him credit. That was a veteran move. He went with the pump fake, did a little step through, and as he elevated, sort of jumped into the chest of the defender. Maverick Hawkins drawing that foul there. Looks like they ruled it on the floor, and so no free throws. Here's Bustos again, and Bustos this time called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, that's already his third foul just here in the third quarter alone. He's got to settle down.
Fouls now starting to pile up, and now we're going to see Elias Chavez enter for Armando Bustos.
Yeah, as you see here, Texico Fuentes, he just steps in, takes it perfectly.
It's a textbook charge call there. That's that drill that your coaches have you practice.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing you really practice is, stepping in to stop and take it to the chest. Don't be afraid of that contact.
Turnover there from Bennett Whalen. Still a 6-point game. This one not out of reach by any means.
And neither team can buy a basket so far here in this third quarter. They're both ice cold, but Texico, their defense is really what helped them not let Pecos score.
And Ciñas, one-handed, can't finish. Rebounded there by Whalen, and the quick hands resulting in a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's just the one thing about Whalen. If you're going to try to out-rebound him, you got to box him out first.
Now we're going to see Moses back in for Texico. He did a lot while he was in control of the ball during that first half. He was really able to create. It didn't matter who was guarding him from Pecos.
Yeah, it didn't matter because he was, driving to the lane, and that created more open opportunities for his teammates.
Turnover there from North. Stolen, almost stolen right back, we should say, and ruled off of Pecos.
Yeah, the fans are really going to want to question that one.
Still scoreless here in this second half. Over 3 minutes gone by. Swings it wide open is Curtis, and that one just short. The 6'1" sophomore, Jet Curtis. He's found himself with some really good looks here today.
Yeah, and that's really a true player you have to watch from the three-point line. Curtis is, phenomenal from the three, as he tied the state three-point record earlier in the season.
And one thing that we don't consider all too often here at the state tournament, you go from these small school gyms where, oftentimes the wall is immediately right behind the goal. Playing in the pit where your depth perception is thrown way off, it can turn some of the best shooters into average shooters.
That's a nice take right there by Vigil. Absorbed the contact and went tough with it.
We'll get another look here on this replay. Vigil just penetrates. Whalen tried to draw the charge.
Yeah, he got there half a second too late. And plus the thing is, he started to fall back just a little too early. If he would have stayed up straight, that might have been a charge.
So first free throws here of the second half. Pecos looking to cut this Wolverine lead down to 2.
It looks like we have a player with some blood on him. And they're trying to check to see if there's any on the floor as well, so that might be a little delay here.
A brief stoppage about midway through this third quarter. Texico scoreless here through the opening almost 4 minutes of this second half. What are you seeing here from Pecos that is holding Texico?
I mean, they're playing good defense. Texico's getting great looking opportunities. They're just not, converting on it as to where Pecos. They're playing their offense a little bit slow, but they're getting to the basket. They're getting good shots, but they're just playing a little bit more with, momentum as we see.
And there we see the blood on the floor. So it looks like shouldn't be too much longer. Players already back out. So this has been a fun one here so far.
Yeah, it's been very entertaining. I mean, the way the score looks, it looks like it hasn't been entertaining, but it truly has been, especially with Pecos with all the threes in that first half. But now that, I think they changed their game plan and said, let's attack the inside and get these guys in foul trouble.
So free throws here for the junior forward, Kevin Vigil.
Man, Moses just splits through everything and just gets down to the court so quickly.
North with the skip pass across to Curtis from the corner. That one goes off the rim, and it's going to be Chavez drawing the foul, and that's tough there if you're Whalen. It just happens that you're 6'4".
Yeah, it happens that you're 6'4", but, Chavez boxed out perfectly. Whalen trying to create that space just threw him out of the way. You can't do that.
So a 3-point game. Here's Insignias. Pecos, they've worked their way back into it here in this third quarter. Holton thought about it.
Yeah, he thought about it for a split second, but he saw Curtis the height advantage and said, no, I shouldn't do that one.
Insignias, we haven't seen a whole lot of Insignias creating outside of that first quarter. Vigil finds the cutter.
To the basket right there.
And a big-time bucket there for Pecos. The Texico lead down to just one.
Yeah, if you're Pecos right here, you got to play great defense, but if you're Texico, you need a bucket right here. You're in a serious drought right here. You're letting Pecos get back into this one.
North inside, turns around off the glass, no good. The follow-up by Whalen, and he draws the foul.
Yeah, it's a strong, that's great effort right there by Whalen. After the mistake he made, he said, let me come back and, let me fix that one right here.
Bennett Whalen, 6'4" junior.
Man, that's the thing about this Texico team. They're so tall and so young.
It's so incredible.
To whereas you see Pecos, they're a young team as well, but they don't have the height Texico does.
So Whalen, no good the first time around, looking to split the pair here. He just has a little bit of a hitch in that release. Another big offensive rebound. Whalen more than makes up for it with the three-pointer.
Man, that's a real makeup right there. Misses both free throws and says, you know what, let me convert on this three.
But that was a point that you brought up, Michael. The offensive rebounds adding up for Texico, and here we go again. It's North, and he loses possession. And Insignias, and a heads-up play there by the junior.
Yeah, I think that, from the first 4 minutes till now, I think the refs are starting to let them play a little bit here.
4-point game. Insignias finds Quintana here on the wing. Holton. Quintana double teamed and the foul called against Alex Fuentes.
Yeah, Fuentes right there tried to go for the steal, but he bumped the body and the refs are going to catch that.
Moses, he's going to be replaced by Jet Curtis.
So if you notice the foul count, neither team has no more fouls to give, so they have to watch how they're, being defensively with each other.
Vigil. Insignias drives, and the lefty draws the foul.
Yeah, that's a strong take right there, especially as you saw the size right there in the paint waiting for him.
So Brandon Insignias at the charity stripe. Being a lefty, that's something that heavily plays into his favor. 95% of basketball players that you see nowadays are right-handed. They go to their right so much. As defenders, you're used to that. And so when you have an explosive point guard that's left-handed and he's used to exploding a different way, that puts the defender on their heels.
Yeah, it puts them on their heels, and, it gets them a little shifty away. They're not usually used to going.
3-point game. Pipkin back in for Texico. Here's Curtis. Off the iron that time, and it'll stay here with Texico.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good box out right there by Encinas. He tried to get it. But, the height of Texico is just too much for Pecos right now. I mean, they're hanging in the game, but, those rebounds is just what's killing them.
Curtis off the inbound, finds himself all alone. Whalen. That one's off the iron. Big time offensive rebound, and the follow-up from Jet Curtis. And that stretches the Wolverine lead back up to 5, Michael.
Yeah, that's a big time bucket right there.
And so a quick 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. We'll be right back.
We celebrate the athletes, the wins. Now it's time to celebrate the people behind it all. The advice givers, the community shapers. Join us at BSN Sports and share your coach's story with #ThankYouCoach.
Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo is pleased to sponsor and support NMAA, its activities and the youth of New Mexico. Today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Visit us at Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo or CorleyNewMexico.com. Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo is pleased to sponsor and
Back here on the NFHS Network, and as predicted, we've got a good one here on our hands. Number 1 Texico leading number 4 Pecos by just 5 late here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Pecos, you're still in this game. Don't get, just because they make some shots, think you're out of this game. You're still doing good.
Chavez called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, he was a little out of control with that one. That wasn't a smart play. He looked with his head down, so the refs are going to call that automatically.
And not a ton of argument here from the Pecos fans in attendance. Minute and a half left here in quarter number 3. Here's Moses. We saw him do some work on the ISO in that first half.
Yeah, he's trying to, tell everybody clear out of the way. Let him go to work.
Inside, here's Curtis, and the foul called on Quintana.
He didn't let Curtis get set. He bumped him out of the way a little bit.
So 2 free throws coming up here for Jet Curtis. First foul for Quintana. 5th team foul there for Pecos. Curtis good on the first. Lead is back up to 6 now.
Lane violation on Texico. Yeah, if you notice, Steve North, he stepped out of there and ran back in as soon as he already had the ball at the line.
And that could prove to be a costly point here in a game this close.
Yeah, that's a costly error right there. I mean, you should know better than that as a player.
Oh, and Steen North looking to make up for it. With the steal and score, the senior guard puts Texico up by 8.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good makeup right there.
Blocking call going against Curtis there. It was a good idea to try to draw the charge, but you don't get the call. And now you put Pecos at the free throw line.
Yeah, that was a good smart play right there by Curtis. Saw the advantage of the guard already, going a little too out of control. Tried to step in. He just reacted a little bit too late.
So it's Holton. He swishes it through on the first time. So Pecos, they made their way through districts nearly unscathed. They went 9-1 in district play. Texico went 10-0.
Yeah, Pecos coming with a competitive district. You know, it's Santa Rosa, Clayton, Tucumcari, Estancia.
Inside, that's Fuentes off the iron. Big rebound there from Vigil.
Yeah, it's a big-time rebound, Vigil. He was just surrounded by so many height.
Holton pulls it out. Here's Quintana now. Looking to penetrate. It's good defense there from North. Quintana gets it back. And Quintana muscles his way to a basket.
That's a big-time bucket by Quintana. If they can stop Texico right here, this is a big momentum going into the fourth.
4-point game. We've got just over 10 seconds left here in this third quarter. Texico's going to try to get the last shot. They're double-teaming Moses. He's so quick. Finds Fuentes inside. Fuentes can't finish. And we'll have an inbounds with half a second left.
And here's the thing with Texico. This is a quick tip-in shot. They got the height to do that, so let's see who they could lob it up to right here.
So it'll be Steen North inbounding. Out to Fuentes, and time expires before a shot is taken. And so 3 quarters in the books, just 8 minutes left in this one. It's been an incredible game so far. Texico on top of Pecos, 35-31.
Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo is pleased to sponsor and support NMAA, its activities and the youth of New Mexico. Today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Visit us at Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo or CorleyNewMexico.com. Corley's Albuquerque Lincoln Volvo is pleased to sponsor and support.
Back here at the pit, the stands starting to fill in as we're down to the last 8 minutes here. For one of these two schools of their season, Texico leading Pecos 35-31. The start of the fourth quarter right here on the NFHS Network. My name is Tyler Ortega, joined this morning bright and early by Michael Montaño. As Encinas tried to penetrate, has his pocket picked. The Wolverines with the breakaway, and Fuentes lays it in. Texico up by 6. Another steal now. This time it's Hawkins. Moses inside. North. 2 quick baskets for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's
timeout taken by Pecos.
That's quick defensive effort right there by Texico. Opened it up right away and said, you know what, we're not going to let you get into this game.
And a timeout taken by the Panthers. As we'll go ahead and hang on to it here. That's exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Texico Wolverines.
Yeah, Coach Cook really ordered that one.
As we'll take another look here, it was Moses with the steal, able to find his teammate Fuentes, and then seconds later, just an overthrown pass looking for Quintana. Good heads-up defensive play there from Hawkins. And an even better find there from Moses. Sometimes the right play isn't to force the shot, it's to find your teammate and leave an open shot attempt there for Steen North.
Yeah, that's exactly what Moses does. He beats you off the dribble, so here comes that weak side help, and he's just going to dump it off, and there's the open man. Easy layup.
Pecos shocked here in the opening 24 seconds of this fourth quarter. They're going to need to get some stops here. You know, and they've been able to claw their way back into it a couple of times here, Michael, getting it down to 4, even down to 2. But credit to where it's due, Texico, they've taken the lead. They haven't looked back.
Yeah, the Texico's just, it looks like they want to put their foot on Pecos' throat right here and say, you know what, this game's over. We're not going to let you come back. Don't even try to, attempt to come back with us.
Coming out of the timeout. Last time that they took a timeout there, it was late in the first half. They were able to come back, get 5 quick points. Holton from beyond the arc, just shy. Holton thought about it, finds Chavez now. Chavez also off the iron. Vigil, 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah, 3rd time's the charm right there. Vigil, going up strong. But Fuentes played it smart right there not to, draw the contact, because that'll have been his 3rd foul right there.
Here's Curtis, able to work his way out of that double team. Curtis gets it back in a classic case of I thought you had it, flying into the stands. Goes one of the Texico players, Moses, able to get it back. But we've got to make sure that our official down there at the scorer's table is okay as Alex Fuentes went flying. Let's take another look on that replay. That is putting everything on the line for the victory.
That's the scene you're saying, you know what, let me do this. I'll help you guys. I'll go save that ball. I'll put my body on the line for you guys to get this win.
So everybody okay down at the scorer's table. That's what matters most. We're back to it here. It's an 8-point lead for the Wolverines.
Yeah, if you're Pecos here, you need a true bucket right here.
And a timeout taken by Pecos once again. Texico starting to pile up some momentum here as we take one more look at Fuentes flying over the scorer's table there to save that ball. We'll step aside. We'll be back in just a moment. Just over 6.5 minutes left in this one. It's Texico with an 8-point lead over Pecos as they look to keep their unblemished record this season against 2A schools. Just 2 losses this year for the Texico Wolverines coming to Portales and Logan. As we're back to it, here's Vigil. He gets inside, unable to finish. Big time rebound there from North.
Yeah, it's a big-time rebound. You get the steal right here.
Here's Insignias going back the other way, and Insignias can't finish. Holton finds Insignias again, and he's able to cash in the 2nd time.
Yeah, it's a big-time makeup right there by Insignias. I mean, his first layup was that's a good attempt, but the second one's just a little bit better.
Moses, what a dribble to get through that double team. Curtis now for 3, and he's fouled.
Man, Curtis, he can just let it fly. He's got that confidence in him.
He does, and as a defender, that's what makes him so hard to defend, and that's why plays like this happen where Curtis finds himself at the line for 3 free throws.
And that's the thing. If you're guarding Curtis, you don't know when he's going to shoot it. He can hesitate on you and then pull it and get you off guard.
First one through the hoop there for Curtis. Second one in as well. Looking to stretch this out to a 9-point lead here with this 3rd and final free throw. Curtis goes 2 for 3, but another offensive rebound for the Wolverines. And the offensive foul.
That's a smart play right there by Bustos. Stood his ground, waited for the talk to absorb that contact right there.
And when you see it there on replay, you can see Bustos does get there before Curtis establishes his position.
And the one thing about Curtis, though, that was a good smart play. He just couldn't control his body as he was making that pass.
Into the corner, it's Quintana looking inside. He finds Vigil. Pump fake, Vigil finishes through the contact.
Yeah, Pecos is trying to claw their way back in there, so they're not going down without a fight.
North finds Curtis. Good ball rotation. Perhaps even better judgment there from Fuentes not to let it fly.
Yeah, that was smart right there, especially from Curtis. He thought he could have let it fly, but he said, you know what, let's pull it back out. Let's not, do something irrational.
Fuentes goes back to Moses. Really crowding that left hand is Moses.
We got an offensive 3-second call. Stood in that paint too long.
So a big turnover there for Texico. Hawkins will have a seat. He's replaced by Pipkin.
And I'm surprised we haven't seen a lot of Pipkin today. He played a lot in their quarterfinal matchup. As to where today, I think Coach Cook is, wanting to use more guard presence.
Here's the senior, Brandon Holton. Holton called for a travel.
Yeah, he took too many steps with that one. He tried to get that contact, but, there wasn't enough of it.
It did just look a little bit out of control. So now you're starting to see a full court press here from Pecos. 5 minutes left in this state semifinal. Winner of this game will meet the winner of Santa Rosa and Mesa Vista. That game tipping off here in just a couple of hours right here at the Pit and on the NFHS network. Make sure to catch that one. And, it's rare that we see it play out like this, Michael, where you get to the semifinals and it's the top 4 seeds. But that's exactly what we have here in this AA classification is Whalen lets it fly and cashes in from beyond the arc. Texico now lead by 9.
Yeah, that's a big-time 3 by Whalen.
Chavez gets inside, and finishing through the contact is Vigil.
Yeah, Vigil's not afraid of that contact in the inside. That's what he loves. He loves to go inside. He wants to absorb it. He wants you to get in foul trouble.
Whalen. Here's North. And North missed everything. Four minutes left in this fourth quarter. Holton lets it fly, and that one well short.
Yeah, he should have stepped a little bit more into that one. He was way behind the, collegiate line.
Look, and that's another thing about playing here at the Pit. Every gym that these kids have played in up until this point has not had that second three-point line. So as a basketball player, that doesn't compute in your mind. You just see a three-point line and you let it fly, and that's the result. You've trained so much from the high school three-point line. You step out a couple more feet, and now you're starting to see shots that are falling short.
Nice big time by Fuentes right there.
Big-time basket there from Fuentes. Texico still with a 9-point lead. Encinas gets into the lane. Hawkins with the board.
Yeah, the size of Texico is just playing too much right now in Pecos. I mean, Pecos is getting to the basket. They're just not converting. The size is playing too much of a factor right now.
And it's not like it's a lack of effort thing from Pecos. They've been playing their hearts out here today.
Yeah, they're playing their hearts out. The thing is, when you're mismatched in size, you got to play phenomenal defense. You got to, stay with him at all times. It doesn't matter who you're guarding.
Here's Curtis. Hawkins and Texico now content to just run some time.
Yeah, they got a lot of time to run right here.
That's exactly what you're trying to work for, but Pipkin can't finish inside Whalen. Second attempt, no good, and he's going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, he was over the back right there. He got boxed out, and he kind of pushed him out of the way with his body, lunge for it. But if you're Pecos here, you got to get going. You're down 9, not a lot of time left.
Haven't seen a lot of three-point attempts from the Panthers this second half, and another offensive foul as Bustos out of control on that take.
Yeah, he's playing too out of control, especially getting to the basket. He has to control himself, if you see 3 defenders in there, you know one of them's going to take a charge.
Still a 9-point lead here for Texico. 2:42 left in the game. That is the worst place you could possibly catch that ball in that situation. Is Curtis lets one fly, and Curtis good from beyond the arc once again.
Yeah, I think Curtis might have put this one out of reach right there.
It's the biggest lead of the morning now for Texico. Cut down to 10 there with that layup by Vigil, but just over 2 minutes left. Pecos needs to get some stops and scores in a relatively quick fashion. And we've got a timeout called from Texico as the Pecos bench erupted looking for a travel.
Yeah, they were trying to look for that travel because he stepped through it, but I don't think he ever took that dribble.
So a full timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and take it as well. Try to catch our breath when we return the final 2 minutes.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
At the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, being a journeyman electrician is more than just a job. It's about being a part of something greater than yourself. And the best way to take care of your family is by joining ours. IBEW 611 members earn great wages, benefits, and pensions. So if you're an electrician, ask yourself, am I being paid my worth? Is my family fully covered at no cost to me?
2 minutes left in this one. It's a 10-point lead for the number 1 seeded Texico Wolverines over Pecos. Thanks for joining us here this morning on the NFHS Network. My name is Tyler Ortega, joined by Michael Montaño. And this has been an incredible game of basketball. We expect these final 2 minutes to be more of the same. Here goes Curtis taking it. And he's like a knife through warm butter there, just slicing through the defense.
Yeah, there was no weak side help. Nobody, decided to stop the ball. They just said, here you go, here's the lane.
Back up to 12 now is the Texico lead. Chavez lets one fly. That one comes up short.
Yeah, it's desperation time here for Pecos right now. They're looking a little winded right here. Whereas Texico, they look energized. They look like they could go for another 4 more quarters.
Pipkin rotates it. Whalen. And Whalen misses everything that time. Still a 12-point lead here with just 1:24 remaining.
Anything's possible here. I mean, I saw an amazing comeback on Tuesday night with a minute left. So anything's possible. The game's not over till the buzzer sounds.
Absolutely. Here's Vigil now. Open 3. That one goes off the iron from Olivas. Texico brings it across the timeline, just over 60 seconds remaining here. Whalen showing off the handles, and with the left-handed take, draws the foul. Now, it's incredible when you've got a player that's listed at 6'4" as a junior. He's able to stop on a dime and cross over behind his back, take it with his left hand, his weak hand, and draw the foul.
I mean, that's the one thing you work on as a coach. Doesn't matter the size. You want every person to handle the ball effectively.
Whalen gets the first to drop. The lead now up to 13. And a timeout taken here by Pecos. It's going to be a full timeout. So we'll go ahead and take the timeout as well. We'll be back with the final 60 seconds right here on the NFHS Network.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
At Jiffy Lube, we car about cars. In fact, We're kind of obsessed. It's why we've been taking car business with quick quality service for over 40 years.
Are you saying car?
That's right, Claire. And with things like our Carful Vehicle Review, where our experts check, fill, inspect, and clean your vehicle, you'll know we'll car for your car like we car for our own. Some people think it's just an oil change. Who cars? We do. We car.
You mean care?
Exactly. Jiffy Lube. Car more.
Back here on the NFHS Network, Texico just 1 minute and 2 seconds away from punching their ticket into the state championship, which will be right here tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 a.m. tip-off, right here on the NFHS Network. As Waylon subbed off, and he gets a well-deserved curtain call.
Yeah, I mean, pull him out. He played a heck of a game today. There's no need to risk an injury from him.
And you and I were talking, Michael, during the timeouts, about a potential player of the game if we had to give one out, and it was really between Waylon or Jet Curtis, and you could really toss it up between those two, and you wouldn't be wrong.
I mean, I'd have to give this one a co-player of the game because both of them just played phenomenal today. Curtis with his shooting, driving to the basket. Waylon with his rebounding, driving to the basket, converting second chance opportunities.
40 seconds left. Maverick Hawkins now at the free throw line. Hawkins rattles that one off the rim. Over 2 that time was Maverick Hawkins.
If you're Texico here, there's no need to foul. Just let Pecos do whatever they got to do. There's no need to swipe anything. Just let them shoot the ball.
Just so under 30 seconds remaining now. And as you said earlier, Michael, desperation time for Pecos, as you can tell with that shot attempt. Pipkin, 20 seconds. And now to avoid the 8-second call, you've got a timeout taken by Texico. And it's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and send it to break. We'll be right back after these messages.
For decades, Nusenda Credit Union has been driven by the philosophy of people helping people. We seek to go above and beyond to serve our members, employees, and the communities we serve. We're dedicated to being your trusted financial partner. We care about our members' financial well-being and work to put money back in your wallet. Together, we can continue to make a positive difference. That's the power of we in action.
Back here at the pit, just under 20 seconds left in this one. Again, thank you for joining us here on the NFHS Network. Tyler Ortega here alongside Michael Montano. This has been a fun game of basketball as time winding down here on the Pecos Panthers season. It seems Texico 12-point lead, just 16 seconds left.
I mean, Texico could have blown this out of the water if they would have connected on everything they've done today offensively.
The Hill lets one fly. We're officially at 5 seconds, and this should be the end of this one. That's the final buzzer, and Texico are going to the state championship. 55-33. As they send number 4 Pecos packing back to northern New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit to Pecos. They hung in with they got within, 6, 5, but they just couldn't close that gap, couldn't get it within 1. And they couldn't get the lead back, but you got to give credit to them.
And so, as we mentioned, the winner of this game, Texico, playing in tomorrow's state championship. 8 a.m. tip-off here at the pit. They'll take on the winner of number 2 Santa Rosa and number 3 Mesa Vista. That game tipping off in just a little bit over 2 hours from right now, 11:30 scheduled time. So make sure to tune in for that one. As Michael, your final thoughts here on today's game.
I mean, Pecos played valiantly with the size of Texico, but Texico's size is just too much for anybody they play. But they also kept up with, Northern New Mexico run and gun, and it's been effective on their offense so well.
And Texico able to take the lead early, and they held it wire to wire. And that the look of some boys who are going to be playing for a state title tomorrow morning. And so with that, we'll say goodbye. Thank you for watching. We'll be back once again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., 2A Boys State Championship game. For my color man, Michael Montaño, my name is Tyler Ortega. Thank you for watching.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did.
It is